Hello everyone, this is Ashok, your personal guide and mentor. I welcome everyone to my YouTube channel AKB Tutorials. Here we are going to discuss and cover some important concepts of mechanical engineering that are very useful and helpful for competitive exam and job interviews. So let us start today's session. Hello everyone. So today we are going to learn one of the most important topics of strength of material, that is some problems and their derivation related to strength of material, that is simple stress and strain. So now, what is actually deformation? Consider a bar. Bar is under load P. The cross section of bar may be circular, may be rectangular, it may be square or a hollow bar So that means the bar may be of any cross sections, it may be solid section or it may be hollow cross section. Now the bar is under load P, and under load P let the bar extends by amount dl here because of tensile load P. So now this dl is called deformation. So now this is a simple bar. Now what is the magnitude of this dl? That we are going to derive. Now as the bar is under load P, let the cross sectional area of the bar is equal to, say, A is the cross sectional area. Load applied is P, say it is in Newton. Okay, and let the original length of the bar is equal to L. Now what is the intensity of stress developed in the bar? So first we will find the intensity of stress developed in the bar. It is given by, so we have studied the stress. Now what is the intensity of stress developed in the bar is given by the resistance developed in the member divided by the original cross sectional area A. So it is given by sigma. Now we will see the strain developed in the bar. Strain developed in the bar it is given by epsilon is equal to the extension produced in the bar under tensile load divided by the original length dl by L. Now we know from Hooke's law that within elastic limit stress is directly proportional to strain. So sigma by epsilon, as per Hooke's law, within elastic limit we can write a constant, and that constant is known as Young's modulus of elasticity, and it is given by term E. Okay, so sigma by epsilon is equal to E, or we can write sigma is equal to E into epsilon, or sigma is equal to, we can write P by A is equal to E is a constant into epsilon is equal to dl by L. So from here we can find what is called dl. So dl is equal to, therefore dl is given by P into L divided by A into E. So we have got this formula of deformation. So whenever a load P is applied over a body, what is the deformation produced in the body is given by P into L by A into E, where P is the load applied or external load applied over the body, L is the original length, A is the original cross sectional area, whatever may be the type of cross section, that may be circular, rectangular, square or a hollow cross section, and E is the Young modulus of material of the bar. So by this, so we can find what is the deformation of a bar. Now let us take the first case, that is deformation produced in a circular bar. Deformation produced in a circular bar. So once the bar is a circular bar, so we can find this cross sectional area is circular. Let the diameter of the bar is equal to D in meter. So diameter of the bar is D. So cross sectional area of the bar, cross sectional area of the bar is equal to pi by 4 into D square in meter square. Okay, so we have got the area, cross sectional area of the bar. We know the length of the bar L, and under P let the deformation is dl. So directly we can write, therefore dl, deformation produced in the bar, is equal to P into L by A into E, where A is the cross sectional area. Now if the cross sectional area is, instead of circular, if it is a rectangular cross sectional area, then A will be, say, it is a rectangular cross sectional area. The bar is having this cross section, say this one is small a and this length is small b. So cross sectional area is given by small a into small b. So instead of A, capital A, that is area will be A into B meter square. Okay. And if the bar is a square bar, say the bar is a square bar. Now if the length of the square is A, so A is equal to area, cross sectional area is equal to A square. Similarly, if it is a hollow circular bar, so if it is a hollow circular bar, so we can give this area, the cross sectional area which is taking the load. This is the cross sectional area which is taking the load. So let the inner dia is di and outer dia is do, inner dia is, say, di. So cross sectional area is equal to pi by 4 do square minus di square. So this is the cross sectional area. Similar way we can find the area of any hollow cross section. So whatever may be the cross section, so we have to calculate the cross sectional area, and we have to replace here, instead of A, capital A, we have to write the cross sectional area. Then we can easily find out what is the deformation produced in the bar. Now we will go to the second case. Let the bar is a variable cross section bar. Deformation of a bar of variable cross section. Deformation of a bar of variable cross section. Now let the bar is having, say it is having three sections. So we are marking the sections as section 1, section 2 and section 3. Say this is the axis of the bar and it is having three sections, and say tensile load is applied over the bar P. P is the tensile load applied over the bar, and the bar is of variable cross section. It is having three sections. So we are marking here section 1, section 2 and section 3. Now let the cross section area of section 1 is A1 and the length is given by, say, L1. Okay, so cross sectional area is A1 and the length of this first section is L1. Similarly, say the length of second section is L2 and cross sectional area is given by A2. So we are writing here A2, L2. And the length of the section 3, say it is L3 and the cross sectional area is A3. Okay, so A3, L3. And let the bar is made of same material. So E value for all the sections remain same, say it is E. Now once the load is applied over the variable cross section bar is P, so from the figure it is clear that all the sections are taking the same load. Or if we draw the free body diagram of this body, then we can find that all the sections having same load. So that means all the sections are tensile load and the load value is P. So say the first section, so it is A1, L1 and E are the cross sectional area, length and Young modulus of elasticity of the material of this first section. So we can find what is the deformation produced in this section. Say it is given by dl1 is equal to, so load is P, so we can write P into L1 by A1 into E. Similarly, we can write deformation produced in second section, that is, say dl2, it is given by PL2 by A2 into E. And for third section dl3, that is deformation produced, is given by P into L3 by A3 into E. So we have got the deformation produced in section 1, section 2 and section 3. Now the total deformation of bar we can easily calculate by, so total deformation of the bar, total deformation produced is given by, say dl is given by dl1 plus dl2 plus dl3. The sum of deformations of all the sections, it will be the total deformation produced in the a varying bar. So we can write dl1 is equal to P into L1 by A1 into E plus P into L2 by A2 into E plus P into L3 by A3 into E. This is the mathematical derivation of the deformation produced in a bar of varying cross sections. Now we will see some problems on these two topics. So first problem we will see. The problems are very easy to solve if you understand this derivation part. So derivation is most important, and if you could understand this, then problem is very simple. So we will see the first problem. So I am writing the problem here. Question number 1. A steel rod of 20 millimeter diameter, a steel rod of 20 mm diameter and 500 centimeter length is subjected to an axial pull of 30 kilonewton. Determine the intensity of stress second, that is the strain and third, the elongation of the rod. The elongation of the rod given E is equal to 200 giganewton per meter square. So the problem is very simple, but you have to concentrate on the units. So this one is given in millimeter, length is given in centimeter, and the E value is given in, and P value is given in kilonewton, and E value is given in giganewton. So let us solve the problem. So number first, we will write down the data. So diameter of the bar, or the rod is given by, say, small d is equal to 20 millimeter, and we can write is equal to 2 centimeter. Now length of the rod is given as L is equal to 500 centimeter is equal to 500 into 10 to the power minus 2, it is in meter. Load is given, that is load is equal to 30 kilonewton. Load is equal to P is equal to 30 kilonewton is equal to, you can write 30 into 10 to the power 3 Newton. Now Young's modulus of elasticity E. Young's modulus of elasticity, Young's modulus of elasticity is given as 200 giganewton per meter square is equal to, you can write, load, okay, giganewton per meter square is equal to 200 into 10 to the power 9 Newton per meter square. So these are the various data given in the problem. Now we will see the problem. First we will find out the cross-sectional area of the bar. So you know the cross-sectional area of the bar is given by capital A is equal to pi by 4 into d square is equal to pi by 4 into diameter of the bar 2 centimeter. So we can write pi by 4 into 2 whole square. So it will come in centimeter square. So convert it to 3.14 centimeter square is equal to, it is coming 3.14 into 10 to the power minus 4, that is meter square. Okay. Now intensity of stress, that is sigma, is given by load by area or resistance developed in the body by cross-sectional area. What is resistance developed? That is applied load is equal to 30 into 10 to the power 3. 10 to the power 3 divided by the cross-sectional area. What we have got? That is 3.14 into 10 to the power minus 4 is equal to, it is coming, that is 95.5 into 10 to the power 7 Newton per meter square. So if you calculate this, so it is coming 95.5 into 10 to the power 7 Newton per meter square. Okay, so that is the stress developed in the bar or intensity of stress. That is the solution of question number 1. And the now strain developed in the bar is equal to epsilon is equal to, we can write sigma by E, that is intensity of stress by Young modulus of elasticity of the material of the bar. So we have got this one is 95.5 into 10 to the power 7 divided by what is Young modulus of elasticity, 200 into 10 to the power 9. So this will be the strain developed in the bar, and it is coming 0.000475. That is strain has no unit, so we will not write the unit. Now next we are going to find the last part of the question, that is the deformation produced in the bar. Deformation, and it is given by, so we have seen now deformation. Okay, it is dl is equal to P into L by A into E. So P into L by A into E. So we have got P, that is 30 kilonewton into 10 to the power 3. What is L? L was your 500 centimeter, 500 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter divided by A. A we have got 3.14 into 10 to the power minus 4 into E. E is the 200 into 10 to the power 9 Newton per meter square. So if we put all the values, so it will come 0.2389 centimeter. So that means the question has 3 parts. So first part we have seen how to calculate the stress. It is given by P by A, And second part, what is strain? Strain is given by epsilon is equal to sigma by Young modulus of elasticity, and deformation produced in a bar is P into L by A into E. So this is the solution of this question. Now we will see one more question, that is okay, question number 2, that is a 30 centimeter long bar, a 30 centimeter long bar is 5 centimeter square in section. For 12 centimeter of its length. A 30 centimeter long bar is 5 centimeter square in section for 12 centimeter of its length, comma 2.5 centimeter diameter for 8 centimeter length and 4 centimeter diameter for the remaining length. If a tensile force of 100 kilonewton is applied to the bar, calculate the maximum and minimum stress produced. Calculate the maximum and minimum stress produced in the bar. And the total elongation. Take E is given as, take E is equal to 200 giganewton per meter square. So this is the problem given. A 30 centimeter long bar. So from the information given in the problem, it is seen that the bar is a variable cross section bar. So first we will try to draw the figure. A 30 centimeter long bar is 5 centimeter square in section for 12 centimeter length. So 5 centimeter square in section for 12 centimeter length. Say it is of 12 centimeter length, and this cross section is square cross section. So this cross section is a square cross section for 12 centimeter length. Then 2.5 centimeter diameter, 2.5 centimeter diameter. So 2.5 centimeter in diameter for 8 centimeter length. Say this is 8 centimeter length, 8 centimeter length, and the diameter is D is equal to 2.5 centimeter. And the remaining part, total length is 30, so 12 plus 8, 20, and for next 10 centimeter length, the bar is having diameter 4 centimeter. So that means the diameter is increased here and it is of 4 centimeter there. So diameter, the cross sectional area is circular and the dia is say D2, say this one is D1 is equal to 4 centimeter and the length is given as 10 centimeter. So a 30 centimeter long bar, 12 plus 8 plus 10 is equal to 30. 30 centimeter long bar, first part or first section is a square cross section, that is 5 centimeter square for length 12 centimeter. Second part or second section is of 2.5 centimeter diameter of length 8 centimeter, and third section it is length of 10 centimeter and diameter is 4 centimeter. So we are giving the name first part, second part and third part, or first section, second section and third section. So we will calculate the deformation produced in first section, second section and third section, and this bar is under load. Say the P is the tensile force, that is given as 100 kilonewton. Now 100 kilonewton force P is applied, so that means all the sections are having under same load, that is 100 kilonewton. Now we will solve this problem. So for section 1, first we will calculate the area. So for section 1, say cross sectional area is A1. A1 is given by, that is 5 into 5, what is in centimeter. So 5 centimeter square, so centimeter square is equal to, we can write 25 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. So 25 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square, and the length of this first section is given as 12 centimeter. So 12 into 10 to the power minus 2, it is in meter. Okay. Similarly, for second section, say cross sectional area is A2 is given by pi by 4 into D1 square. What is D1? 2.5 centimeter. 2.5 centimeter converted to meter. So it will be, okay, pi by 4 into 2.5 whole square, that is coming in centimeter square, and is equal to, it is coming 4.91. So this will be in centimeter square into 10 to the power minus 4, that is in meter square. And the L2 is given as 8 centimeter is equal to 8 centimeter, that is 0.08 meter. Okay, so we will see for the section 3, that is third part of the figure. Say cross sectional area is A3, so it will be pi by 4 into the diameter is given as 4 centimeter, so 4 square, that is coming as centimeter square, convert it to meter square, so it will be 12.57 into 10 to the power minus 4 in meter square, and the length of third section, that is L3, is given as 10 centimeter, so we can write 0.1 meter. So we have got the cross sectional area and length of respective sections. Now To get the total deformation produced in the bar, so we will find dl1 is equal to P into L1 by A1 into E if the material of the bar is same throughout. Otherwise, the information will be given in the problem if the material is not same. But for this type of problem, the material of the bar is same throughout. So, Young modulus for the bar will remain same. So, PL1 by A1 into E for second part. So, DL2 is equal to P into L2 by A2 into E, and for third part, that is DL3 is equal to P into L3 by A3 into E. So, we have got L1, L2, L3, A1, A2, A3, E is given in the problem, that is 200 gigapascal, 200 into 10 to the power 9 Newton per meter square, and the P throughout is same. So, if you substitute this value, so we can find dl is equal to dl1 plus dl2 plus dl3, that is equal to dl is given by P by E, it will remain same, into L1 by A1 plus L2 by A2 plus L3 by A3. So, we have got A1, A2, A3 value, L1, L2, L3 value, P is given 100 into 10 to the power 3 Newton per meter square, and E is given 200 into 10 to the power 9 Newton per meter square. So, if we put this value, so the total deformation produced in the bar 145 millimeter. So, I am writing in millimeter, so it will come in meter, then convert it and it will be in millimeters. So, this is one part of the problem, what is the deformation produced in the bar. And the other part, so in other part, that is what is the maximum stress and minimum stress developed in the bar. Now, from this figure, it is seen that the maximum cross sectional area will be A1 will be the maximum cross sectional area, and the minimum cross sectional area will be the A2. So, once the area is minimum, the stress developed in that section will be maximum, and this area is maximum, so the stress developed will be minimum. So, we can write sigma max, that is the maximum stress developed in this first section, is given by P by A1. So, we have got the A1 value, just put A1 value here, so it will give you sigma max. Similarly, what is sigma mean? Sigma mean will be sigma minimum, that is P by what is the area of cross section of section 2, that is A2. So the first one, maximum it is coming 203.6 meganewton per meter square, and the minimum one is coming as 40 into 40 meganewton per meter square. Okay, just put the value of P and A1, A2, so it will give you sigma max and sigma min value. Okay, so this is all about this video. I hope so this will clear your doubt. So continue with this, and I hope your idea will be clear on this topic, and in next video we will see the other derivations and related problems. Thank you. That's all for today's session. We would continue further on this topic in the next session. Keep being connected with us and ask any question in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe and Don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified for future videos. Thank you and see you soon.